with that said, if you want to pull up the Pulse prices, we can go ahead and launch into those real quick. And right now, we had a little dip as we started the show, which used to only happen when we did this on Tuesday nights. Now, apparently, it's starting on Wednesday nights as well. But we got Pulse at 4 zeros and a 4423. Pulse X is at 4 zeros, 2115. Instead of token, still holding up okay right around this number, $2.35. The hexes have been taking a beating, which actually I didn't really have this in our topics, but I think we should approach this as we talk about prices here. But hex, the real one on PulseChain, is at about a little over half a penny, basically meeting new all-time lows for it, and eHex at
0015.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, I was trying to think of a clever way to say that, but yeah. So they've been taking a beating. If you want to just take a look at Pulse real quick, we'll just kind of look at the ecosystem first. The thing I was going to mention about Hex is, as I just mentioned, Hex is at an all-time low for it this cycle, as it has a new chart and lives on PulseChain. And its ratio to Pulse is at a very advantageous spot here. And I think there's probably a lot of people, I'll raise my hand as one of them, that when I have been DCAing for the better part of a year right now, I've been focusing, well, keep in mind, a lot of people already have Hex bags and we're working on accumulating their Pulse and Pulse X bags. But that was me. I mean, I was mainly focusing on Pulse and Pulse X. But for the first time in a while now, I have a couple eHex flyers I've been taking in there, but I'm interested in acquiring Hex now again because of just kind of where it is performance-wise, how far it's come down against Pulse. So I'd love definitely your opinion on that too, Ewok. But let's first kind of look at the Pulse chart, then we'll get into that. As you can see, I mean, it doesn't matter if we're not at the previous low for Pulse. This is our double bottoming region. I mean, we're not far off. We're as close as we've been. Monday, I think, is when price action was the worst. We've come up a bit since then. But yeah, we're basically right there. So to me, I mean, I'm scooping up everything I possibly can. I know UI and another one of our friends were on a chat the other day, and I said, like, when I have money come in, every cent goes into this market immediately. Like, this is not a time to be sitting in cash stables of any sort for us anyway. So yeah, what do you make of where the chart's at? Doesn't look pretty right now on the weekly, but we got some time. So what do you think?
Nope, not pretty at all. Although, it's always nice to see some green candles when you're here, and we have one right now on the weekly. What were you gonna say?
No, I just said a couple green candles. Yeah,
a couple mixed in here. You see all the red ones, and then you get 3 random green candles. I know there's a lot of people that are just waiting, right? They're waiting to see a reversal signal. That means they're okay missing the actual bottom. They're looking for confirmation. So, a turn up of some sort, you're basically looking for 2 or 3 green weekly candles is what they're looking for. If we go to the daily, there's just no pattern, right? I mean, it's like consolidate up, down, consolidate down, consolidate down. And you're just seeing this pattern play out over and over. So there really hasn't been any kind of reversal signal. It's just continuous. It pulls a little bit and pulls right back. Now we're making lower lows too. So, until the next higher low comes in, some sort of reversal signal, I think there's a lot of people still standing on the sidelines, which, isn't a bad thing. You don't want to buy in at this point, waiting so long, and then it continues to dip. So, it's not necessarily over yet. However, we are pretty close, but it could technically pull down from here, probably another 25%.
Basically revisiting the low. Yeah.
To revisit the actual lows that we have. So, I don't think it'll go much past that, but there's nothing saying that it won't. I mean, there's still a lot of big holders out there that have some ammo if they want to dump, and they're just tired of waiting. And that's the thing. We're playing a game. We're playing the patience game right now, and we'll see how many people can withstand it, who are long-term thinkers other than just lottery ticket mentality people. I don't know if you saw it or not, and this is, I know I probably shouldn't even say it, but last night on Maddie's stream, Toby said that he even took a loan out because these prices are just so juicy to buy more. He ran out of dry powder as well.
Yeah.
So not the thing to do, man. It's risky to have a loan on a very highly speculative asset like this. But you know, these are the times where you can really have it turn around later. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't recommend anybody do that, but doing what you do, anytime you have a little bit of extra powder, you know, even if it's 20, $50 at these prices, you're going to get a lot of tokens, right? So, you know, and appreciate the dollar cost average. I saw, who was it here? Cody said that, you know, he's out of dry powder and everything he's deployed is underwater. That's when you buy more. That's when you buy more to get that
We said he's out of
average.
dry powder though.
Well, I know, but so get a second job, drive Uber, do something. I mean, there's plenty of ways to be out there and earn a little bit more to just try and dollar cost it and get your average cost down. Because then once it does start to go up, it's a lot less time for you to get back to where you were originally, right? So,
well, you know, and also just to give him another tip too, because we've talked about this in the past, is like think of everything you can possibly do. Like if you hold, you know, even a decent amount of Pulse and PulseX, look into the at least just the you can do whatever you want. We both would recommend and do actually participate in the PulseX yield farm on PulseX, which gives you, you know, traditionally anywhere from 14 to over 20% yield in ink token and that's not nothing. I mean, that is pretty substantial. You know, if you can do that over the course of holding these tokens, as well as like just holding too. It may not feel as good as being able to buy right now, but just holding, keep in mind, I mean, you're doing what most people in this world are not able to do, you know? And I know, trust me, I know the feeling. I honestly, like, the holding and feeling like you can do nothing is the hardest thing for me, and I think it probably is for most people because we're, you know, we're active people. We're active people in this market, and we're investors. So you want to always do something and take some kind of action, you know. But yeah, I would be LPing if you're interested in doing that, but make sure you totally understand it first. And again, I'm only talking about the PulseX farm.